It's important that we're part of a strong legacy of powerful women who've been making a difference in the community.
When you talk to some of these past presidents like Roy Lynn and Joan Dyer and how they were supporting the community back then and how it's grown, it's really just kind of puts into perspective the changes that Reno's gone through, and the Junior League's been there kind of as a rock throughout the whole thing.
The Junior League of Reno was founded in 1978, but that wasn't where we started. In 1948, local women visionaries saw a growing need for assessing, organizing, and fundraising to support volunteer community service, especially for the small charity hospital in town. The three members that were the real founders had all been Junior League members in other cities. And they just felt we were a perfect candidate to do that. And they were also involved in the Hospital League, which had grown. It started, as I say, in the late 40s after the war, and had a modest function within the hospital, but didn't particularly reach out. In 1978, the Association of Junior Leagues International came to Reno to assess our suitability as a new chapter, and accepted us as the 238th Junior League in the association. That's what really the Junior League offered at first to our community, was to train women so they felt secure to go out, speak to the public, say our story, and step up and ask. We learned that making the ask and how you do it makes all the difference. One of the things we started as the Service League was the annual Poinsettia Luncheon that continues today. At that time, our annual holiday luncheon was hosted by our sustainers to thank our active members for their hard work.
It has changed through the years. It's gone from being members only a little bit to being 950 women throughout the community, which is an awesome event. It raises a lot of money. The day of, it's exciting. Everybody likes it. The community is very responsive to it. It's kind of like the kickoff of the holiday season.
It is the premier event of the holiday season.
So
for
it's a lot of fun.
Ladies.
The Junior League of Reno became a huge part of the local community, so much so that in 1980 we were given the Arlington Gardens property at Plum and Arlington in Reno. This wonderful woman said, "Here, take all this property, it's yours. All you have to do is spend the money to turn it into a series of shops, and there has to be a restaurant, and there have to be volunteers around." There got to be people who were there every week, and they got to know us by name. They would come in, or they would call on the phone. I'd be taking reservations, and they'd say, "Make sure I'm sitting in Mary Liz's section," or "I want to sit in Shirley's table." So there was that type of camaraderie. The Junior League sold the Arlington Gardens, but the restaurant and our dishes were so iconic in the community, the Junior League of Reno included them in our first ever cookbook in 2017. As the Junior League itself was changing, so was the Reno community. Reno grew from a small town into a thriving city, and that changed the focus of our community projects.
They were silhouettes, like life-size silhouettes that were made of wood that had a breastplate on them that gave the name, the age, and the story of victims of domestic violence who had been killed. We had those silhouettes one time, they had them at the airport. So people coming and going from the airport could stop and read the stories, and it really kind of stopped you in your tracks.
It would be a free health fair with booths with information, health screenings, and you had a card. It was a Healthy Kids card, and you got it stamped, and every kid who got at least one stamp got a free book. We got books donated. I still remember this little girl coming up, and she goes, "Where do I return the book?" And I said, "No, it's your book." She goes, "I can take this home?" And I said, "Yes, you can keep it." Well, some kids never had a book that they could own.
So this past year, we had a project at the Volunteers of America, and we wanted to create a safe place for the children who were staying at the shelter. And so we created this amazing playground. And when the children came to see that playground and I saw their face and how instantly it just lit up, that is my favorite story, because it really gave me chills and it told me my why.
And it's not just a volunteer service organization. It's leadership, it's training, it's going to that next level of civic duty and continuing to make a powerful impact. And as the league grows and changes, there's different needs that need to be met, and we're recognizing different things. And we had talked about diversity, inclusion, and that's important. And those different backgrounds and those different strengths are going to come together and allow us to move forward in a positive direction.